Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Draco Galaxy. A galaxy where a lot is happening, where our wondrous Unfallen, a nation of trees, who apparently wear armor and build spaceships, is spreading our branches throughout the universe in an attempt for dominance. We are a peaceful people, but sometimes peace has to come at the end of a sword, or a branch, I guess, in our case. So, we may, at some near point, have to go to war against the Cravers, who are an artificial biological species that was built for nothing but war. Whereas we were built for, I guess, standing still and soaking up the rays of the sun. So you'd think perhaps they're at an advantage. But we are tall, and we are strong, so we shall see. I, of course, am Marcus Aurelius. This is Endless Space 2 by Amplitude Studios. And we're going to end the turn. So we are 2 turns away from getting Forest into our empire, and 4 turns away from Hath, which is where the Hisho live. The tense political rivalry between militarism and pacifism in the Redwood system has risen to emergency levels. The militarist faction has ordered the construction of an intricate, system-spanning barricade between Redwood's inner and outer planets. Intra-system movement has been severely restricted, and many citizens have been cut off from their families and friends. I did not know trees had families. I guess they could have friends, though. I mean, why not? Okay, the pacifist inner planets have petitioned you for help. Yeah. So, oh, shoot. So I totally want to do the pacifist thing here. Totally. But that'll lower our industry by 15%. Whereas this will improve it by 30%. It will improve our influence by 30%. But there's an 80% chance of creating a major political crisis, and it will increase militarist political ideology, which I do not want. So I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to deal with 15% lower industry, but at least it'll make my people happy. Got some new Unfallen. Help, I'm Unfallen and I can't get up. Or wait, no, hold on. Okay, Ponderosa Pine, what are you up to? Luxuries lottery, huh? Plus 5 happiness per luxury deposit. And wouldn't you know, we have one of those. But still, we don't need it. They are super happy here. They are happy as little clams. However, we are full of people. So we might want to, like, if we have a farm here, we might just want to get rid of it to save some money. And we do. That'll save us 4 dust. However, I just got to make sure that by getting rid of it, we're not going to starve. So we currently... Oh, yeah, we have 50 dust here. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, 134 total. I think we're going to be okay. So let's save that 4 dust. Let's get rid of that. Scrap it. Yeah, we're at 103. We're totally good. It'll only take 3 turns to gain our last population point. We are solid. Solid as a rock. Or as a tree. A well-rooted tree. What's the plan? What's the plan? Okay, this system is kind of weird, actually. I guess it's a dust system because we have a savanna and a steppes. We can kind of tell the base output, for example, of a steppe planet is mostly dust, then food, and then a little bit of industry and science. Whereas a savanna planet... Okay, savanna planet's kind of different, though. It's definitely dusty, but also it's got some science in it. But that could be not necessarily because it's a savanna planet, but because it's a former endless planet, right? Yeah, it's where the science of virtualization, which means taking a real person like you and me and putting us onto a computer so that we are no longer physical, right? Because I don't know how much you know about the history of this game and its universe, but the Endless were a race of people who were incredibly technologically advanced, and they split up into 2 factions. There was the physical faction, which, like you and me, were actual people walking around doing actual things in actuality, while the virtual faction were people who gave up their physical presence. They turned themselves into computer programs and lived in virtual reality, essentially. It was, by the way, the virtual faction of the Endless that created the Cravers in order to kill the physical faction, or I think they're called the Concrete faction, actually. So, just some interesting lore for you there. I'm not a big fan of the virtual Endless. They seem like a bunch of dicks. So, I'm glad that we trees exist in the real world. We're not like a file tree. We're like a, real tree. Regardless, I'm just talking right now because I have no idea what the hell to build in this system. I guess we can just get some extra industry. It's going to take a while, but so it goes. And we're heading to Akamar, where we're all going to work together in harmony. Alright, so since we're peaceful with these guys, well, I was going to say we can explore their territory, but let's explore the territory that we don't know what's going on. Because I think that might be more helpful in the long run. There could be a great enemy here near the center of the galaxy that we must perhaps fight against. Okay. We're ecstatic here. That's good. 3 turns before we add another person. This is useless until we actually colonize extra planets. This will help us, since this planet is the only one with strategic deposits. So we'll get this one. And in 3 turns, hopefully we'll have another individual. Alright. So now Akamar is heavily militarized. Oh, did Forrest get... Look at that! Forrest is on the docket. Alright. So that means that Vine Ship is going to Edisir. Because again, we're going to get aggressive against the Cravers. I mean, Genemos might be a safer bet, as might NCG 7089. In fact, we might just want to... I know I said I was going to move our Vine Ships together. But we might just want to grab this guy. Well, but why piss off Horatio? Let's keep them happy until we're done fighting with the Cravers. So let's start moving on Akamar. I think by the time it makes it, Hath is already going to be... Because Hath is only 2 turns away from being vined up. Alright. So we only have 1 planet. Planetary Guard. That's pretty awesome, but I doubt Koyasil isn't under any threat at this point. So these things aren't necessarily necessary, and they will improve the militarists, which I'm trying to avoid. Despite the fact that I think I'm going to make more ships. This will take 9 turns. I'm not going to waste 9 turns on that. 5 turns. We do have an anomaly, but we haven't studied it yet. I don't think it works unless you've studied it. So it would give us 9 more science. Nah, screw it. We're just going to build more ships. Actually, now that we can have a 7 fleet, let's go 2 wells and 5 needles. There we go. It's going to take a while to build, but we'll get there. Rising tensions in the galaxy have led to the increased prices for strategic resources. I feel like I have plenty of strategic resources, at least the ones that you start the game with. The Hyperium and the Titanium. Although, I don't know what kind of ships the Cravers have. I might need to upgrade to the next level of ship. If their tech focus is just on ship, they can probably have better ships than me at this point. Alright, Hath is on board. However, the evil Sophons, the Mavros, have been assimilated by the Cravers. I can't imagine why any people would willingly want to join the Cravers. I mean, they don't really seem like nice guys. Like, even if you're evil too, I mean, evil people get along the worst with each other. Either way, Hath is now on board. And we have improved our ship slightly. So we could, again, get a new ship. We can get the light class. Let's get a little closer to see what that actually is. So that is a coordination ship. Okay, that's useful. This will give us an... Oh yeah, we can't get this one, I don't think. Actually, it looks like we can. I thought you had to choose one of these two, but it appears here that I'm able to pick both of them. I thought you would have to choose. So we can't research any of this. And this will actually give us the carrier. Oh, that looks pretty badass. This will give us the hunter, which actually seems really good too. It will also give us an antimatter lenser. I don't know what the hell that does. Both of these, of course, improve the militarists. I mean, I can't see any way to play this game necessarily without the militarists eventually becoming dominant. Because technologies make them stronger, building ships make them stronger. It's nuts. Or I could focus on... These are a little cheaper, making my ships better. This is a beam. I don't need that. Torpedoes, we're staying away from that for right now. This I kind of like, though. Titanium electroplating. Gives us better defense. Survival suits also gives us better defense. Well, better shield defense. This will give us improved ultra-dense slugs. Not sure how they would compare to the Koyasil kinetics. And this is pure lasers. This will give you... So let's go with titanium electroplating. That'll only take 8 turns. Are you kidding me? Holy God. Maybe we want to improve our industry first. AI labor. That might be helpful. That is a Celestial Vines affinity. On hot and sterile planets, it'll give us a ton more industry. How long would that take? 8 turns as well. This will open up terraforming for us. It'll also give us better curiosity detection power, and it will give us colonization of desert planets. And that'll only take 6 turns. I'm going to go with that. Ah, Thrustrellan. We're going to give you... I guess, yeah. Well, we don't want more food, really. We want more industry for you, but there's nothing you can do that will actually improve industry. So I guess food it is for now. Then we'll move you to a new system where that'll be more applicable. Oh, by the way, folks, I heard someone, I don't know where this was, Steam reviews or somewhere, and one of the, not criticisms, but one of the things that they said Stellaris has over this game was the music. And my, jaw dropped, because if there's one thing that the Endless series of games, the Amplitude Studios games, is just amazing with, and don't get me wrong, I think Stellaris has awesome music. I love the music of Stellaris. But the music of Endless Space 2, superior in every way. That's the one kind of criticism you can't make to Amplitude, is that their music isn't good, because it is amazing. I thought that was really funny. We're going to go to a level 2. Okay. That's our Vine ship. We'll move our second Vine ship over there too. Actually, we'll get everything started. Looks like we can. So that's good. We're starting to vine up. Oh, let's start to vine up. Alright, so we're vining up both of these guys. Just in time, too. Just in time. We probably should colonize one of these planets, huh? I guess the Arid. Yeah, it's the only one with any type of food. Yep, once again, doesn't tell you how much you get here. It doesn't fit perfectly. Abundant deposit, so it's got to be more than 3. It's 4. Ooh. Let's go with drones, cerebral. Let's buy them. Excellent. All right, look at that. No, I'm kind of screwing up here. I need to get these guys to join me. Assimilate. So if we assist them with a problem, they will join us for free. But if we just assimilate them, they will join us for 600 influence. I'm going to just go with it. I don't have time. So they are assimilated. So what that means is that now... Oh yeah, you know what? We can pass a law again, by the way. We don't really need more. Lower fleet costs. That's pretty good, but that's militaristic. I'm really trying to... Trusted broker isn't really going to help us because we don't have any independent people anymore. Make love, not war. We'll get that back. And happiness. Brains over bucks. We're going to get that too. Alright. We should be fine in terms of... you know, influence. Now what sucks is our hero is an industrialist, but our industrialists are not good enough to be in the leading political parties. What does it mean, no skills? But has not yet obtained any political skills. Well, how do you obtain a political skill? I don't know. The reason I came here, though, was I wanted to see all of our different types of individuals here. Is that in the economy screen? Where do I do that? I guess it is here somewhere. I'm just missing it. Population details. Aha! Okay. So our Unfallen, we're almost at 50, which will give us ownership recovery rate. That's not that cool. I mean, if you're at war and you lose a system, then fine. But for right now, 20 is fine. The He Show, we're almost at 10. When we get to 10... Oh, the militarists go up. Well, whatever. It gives us more manpower. That's pretty solid. Calgeros will give us happiness. Mostly on fertile, though. Okay, they're little, like, karate lizards with 4 arms. The Hiroshimans, we already know, they give us extra fertility on sterile. What do we get at 10? An improvement to the political pacifists? That's good, I guess. What do we get to Calgeros at 10? An improvement in religious. Amoeba? Okay, so it looks like at 10, all you really get are bonuses to a particular faction. You don't actually get system-wide bonuses. Guardians, we only have 1. You can't actually build Guardians. You just have to colonize systems that have them already. Yeah, so you have to get to 20 in order to get like actual bonuses. The closest one, I guess, was the He Show, and we'll get a manpower capacity increase. So, none of our minor races are really doing anything great for us at this point, but we are leading quite the multicultural empire. Alright, Cedar. I think it might be time to colonize these other planets now, because we're definitely gaining population quickly. Which is the one that makes them happy? That's the Cyberflorus. We're going to colonize this first, and then this. Excellent. Okay, forests. We're going to go with... Oh, wow, this can only fit 3 people? That sucks. I don't think farms are really necessary here. Well, actually they might be, because it doesn't produce a lot. This will give us plus 10 per planet, plus 5 per hot. And this is hot, this is hot. Alright, I guess we'll build some farms, why not? Oh, so Hath is like ours now, to do with what we will. So they've already colonized their ash planet, and their forest planet. Oh, they have a guardian. Sweet. But we're not yet. I don't know why some guardians we can find and other guardians we can't find. Like maybe, I mean, you don't necessarily have to have a fleet here, do you? Can't you just research the thing? Regardless, let's, okay, we moved them to the industry world a little bit there. With the hadopelagic life, which I guess means, like, whales. Which is hilarious, because this is an ash planet that's hot and sterile. So I'm not sure where these whales are living, exactly. I guess these are lakes? These blue things? I mean, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's an ash planet with no life that somehow also manages to have giant whales. Go figure. Now, the ocean planet, that would make sense. Giant whales would make sense there. In fact, we're going to colonize the ocean planet. We're going to build these two things and pay for them. And we're going to upgrade to level 2. And now we have even more titanium, even more hyperium, and even more dark glitter. Alright, so the first burning embers and the first dying embers. That's pretty morbid. We're going to merge you. 5 turns, though. Is it really making it faster? I mean, I believe what people say in the comments, but I wasn't allowed to, like, vine both at the same time. So hopefully it works. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see. And we've completed our quest. That's good. Alright, we've already read this top part. The stories of other species fascinate us. They have their own tree of life and history, as we have ours. They speak often of the endless, but they do not see what lies behind the tales of the endless and dust. Long before the endless, other powerful entities existed, creatures of dust and light who have since disappeared. So we now have the center of light and life, which is a social improvement. But it's not telling us what it does. That's fine, though. Technology, civilizations, history. We are unused to seeing and learning so much, to absorbing this quantity of information. Our data, as some now call it. Events, discoveries, and artifacts fall upon us like torrential rain. It is all we can do to not be swept away. The heart beats more strongly now, as though driven by our concern. New knowledge is absorbed as quickly as it can be, and when it is too great or too complex, it drains like water into our subconscious and is captured there by the heart, biding its time to resurface and be integrated and understood at a pace more natural to the rhythms of the Unfallen, which I take to mean slow. Maintaining our reason and equilibrium becomes more and more difficult, but the Unfallen are nothing if not hardy and resolute. Still, the new knowledge brings a challenge we had not considered, one that digs at the corners of our society. Do we grow, change, and evolve, or do we fall back upon the ways we know and ride out the turmoil? Is the chaos of the galaxy simply a new analogy for fire? And if so, is it the fire that renews, or the fire that destroys? It would be good if we could discover these answers before this fire becomes too powerful for our control. It does not escape us that the analogies we use are flood and fire, agents of cataclysm. Okay, so we have 2 choices, revolution or tradition. So revolution will give us 300 influence, and it will ask us to produce 938 science in our empire. I can only imagine we must be getting pretty close to that. Tradition will give us 50 protospores, which are like mushrooms, and that means we have to maintain our happiness as a nation at 70 or better for 16 turns. Well, where's our happiness currently right now? Can we minimize this, please? Our overall happiness is 98%. Okay, so we're going to get an approval penalty soon, though. We have 7 of 8. But I think that's the way to go, then. I think tradition's the way to go. I'm a big science guy, but this seems to be like something that we can benefit from rather quickly. Although we do have to wait many turns. 16 turns is a long time. Like, we can get this one tomorrow. And we're producing 739 science currently. So I can't imagine that it would be too hard to get up to 900, but I can't honestly say if it'll take 16 turns or not. I guess at the end of the day, 50 mushrooms are more unique than 300 influence, of which we now currently have 3,300. So we're going to go tradition. 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 Okay. We gained another Calgaro. Those little karate chopping lizard dudes. Alright. So, how are we doing? Oh, look at that. Another Craver. You know what we do to Cravers who come to our system. We blow them up. Decisively. Alright. Now I wonder why this isn't... Like, both of these are invined. So that, I mean, yeah, this too. Like, they should be connected. I don't understand why they are not. We are 8 turns away from Edisir. And we are 4 turns away from Akamar. We like embers a lot. We have the Scorching Embers, the Ardent Embers, and the Burning Embers. We're big fans of Ember. Oh, look, we're finally getting down into this new place. So that's fun. Alright. You've unlocked a new population collection bonus. Ah, yes, we have 10 Hisho now. Which will give us a militarist boost, which we actually kind of don't want. They are anti-pacifistic, which makes sense, but also anti-scientific. I don't know if I necessarily buy that, because a lot of advances in military are due to advances in science as well. Oh, cool. Be the first to have 3 unique star system improvements. That's us. Congratulations, 500 dust. I'll take it. So we have built the Endless Research Park and Endless World. Booyah. We've gained another Hisho. Lunabarxis is ready to learn a new skill. If I improve his happiness, I can move him to like a new system, and he'll be beneficial to that. Although, again, our happiness is pretty good. Although I think once we go to war, it might lower a bit. Now here's the thing that gets me confused, right? So there is a skill here called Dust Catalyzation. And what this does, essentially, is that if you have a hero assigned to a system, it lowers the cost of maintaining that hero by 20%, which sounds like a really good thing. But the next skill lowers the cost of your hero to nothing. So why on earth would you waste a point on this when the next turn you can just get this? And which is, 5 times better, right? Why be 20% cheaper when you can be 100% cheaper? Now this does also lower the assignment duration by 20%, but I'm not too worried about that, So that's why I never get this one. I only get this one. We'll get some more influence, why not? I'm ready for the next level, though. That'll give me, well, more influence, I guess. And that's really it. That's all we get from this level for a system developer. If you're leading a fleet, you can get shield absorption, which is pretty cool, I guess. All right.
I greet you in the name of the four families.
I greet you back.
One of our favorite fish in this galactic sea.
All right. So, let's make our people especially happy. So that means there's no humans. The unified empire or united empire doesn't even exist in this game. We only have 4 AIs. Well, I guess Horatio. So that's really weird, right? The only human empire in the game is just a bunch of clones of one dude. Where that one dude came from, we don't know, because there are no other human empires in the galaxy. That is very interesting. What does this mean? Oh, we are now able to make demands of Horatio.
Welcome, welcome. How can the families help?
You could help by being peaceful. No. All right, what if we give you our map? There you go. Now we're on board. What if you give us your map? Damn. I kind of want their map, though, honestly. How would you like some dust? Not 7,000 dust. That's a little out of control. But how about 1,000 dust? Wow, these guys, man. What about 5,000 dust? Okay, they love that. So let's do 2,000 dust. It's so weird, man. I mean, that's a lot of dust, I just have to say. All right, I'm trying to minimize it as much as possible. Oops, not 35,000. I think she'll buy this one. Pretty sure. Seems about right. Let's make an offer.
Oh, you're breaking our hearts.
Oh, damn. She's welcoming, but she's like, no way. Let me tell it to you straight. Go shove your peace deal up your darkest, dirtiest orifice.
I also have an empire to run, and contracts to take out. I mean, sign.
I'll be honest with you folks, I think the Lumeris are kind of a silly nation, because it's really hard to imagine. Like, Mafia makes sense, right? I think every nation has some form of organized crime, but to have an entire race of people who are just organized crime, it just seems weird. Like, somebody's got a farm and shit, right? I mean, not everybody can be a gangster. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, fine, we'll just give you our maps. I don't need to see your lands, whatever. Screw it.
Not just a deal, a bargain.
Yeah, it was a bargain, because you're unwilling to really be reasonable. But my people love peace, so that's what we do. All right, we have the DeMark University, we have the Endless Research Park, and we have level 2 modernization, and ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. So next episode, we are going to, I guess, enjoy our wonderful buildings that we have created and the bonuses that we derive from them. And we will continue to try to gain new worlds to our empire. Looks like Horatio is a little bit scared of us. The Lumeris are far enough away that they're confident in hard negotiations. And I think the Riftborn, I think we and the Riftborn are going to get along pretty well. I think that we're going to be fast friends. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marcus Aurelius. We are the peaceable Unfallen, the tree people of space. This is Endless Space 2 by Amplitude Studios. I would like to thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.